Hello, guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Some of you might be curious about where I've been all these days. Well, I announced on my Twitter handle that I was in the US for a summer school. So I was at a summer school at UC Berkeley learning methods in migration studies. So this is me here in the picture at UC Berkeley, University of California, Berkeley. Wonderful program, lasted for about 10 days. So I've been, yeah. So that's what I've been up to. So, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Where have you been? There are lots of materials on this channel on fully funded scholarships around the world. So, in case you've not subscribed already, this is a good time to do so. So, let's go straight into the business of the day without any further delay. So, today we'll be looking at the McCall MacBain Scholarship at the University of McGill in Canada. This is a fully funded scholarship covering tuition, transport cost, living cost as well, as you would see. I will take you through, of course, the basic information, which you can, of course, read on your own, the FAQ section, and most importantly, how to fill the form and how to write the essays for this scholarship. So anybody can get the link, for instance, to the main page. Anybody can get the link to the FAQ section, but not everybody can direct you on how to actually write the essays. There are a number of essays you have to write here, and I'll be guiding you through the process. I'm also happy to announce that somebody from this channel got this scholarship in the last intake. Yes, Farida from this channel got the scholarship in the last intake. So we have like an antecedent, so to say, in winning the scholarship. I also have samples of award-winning essays. She gave me a short sample of her essay. I would also put a link to this, which you can use to also guide your own writing. Of course, if you copy, you get automatically disqualified. So do not copy, just use it as a guide. Let's proceed. So for this scholarship, as I said, fully funded, you can read here the purpose of the scholarship and what it entails. You can see here full tuition for master's or professional program, living stipend of 2,000 Canadian dollars, and a relocation grant to Montreal, where the university is located. During summer, you also get $5,000 to cover expenses. So let's go down. To be eligible for this scholarship, you have to um, be interested in one of the eligible courses. You can see the list of courses here. There's also a short list here of professional courses. So one of these courses at McGill should catch your interest. You can see them here. So check closely and see which one best align with your interest. But do not apply for the course yet. You have to apply for the scholarship first. Do not apply for any of those courses. Just make sure one of your courses of interest is on this list, and then proceed to apply for the scholarship. If you get the scholarship, you'll be assisted to apply to the university. So you can see the number of awards. For international students, they have 10 awards. For Canadian students, they have 20 awards. And for the finalists, those who do not make the top 10 would also get 20,000 Canadian dollars. There are also regional prizes as well. So I think we should just go straight to the application procedure. So just click on applications here and it gets more info on how to apply. These are the qualities they're looking for. You can see the brief descriptors as well. So look for how to incorporate these in your own words into your essays when you start applying. Let's scroll down a little bit more. To be eligible for this scholarship, you should be an undergraduate hoping to finish by by August next year. So if you're an undergraduate in your final year, you can apply. If you already attained your bachelor's degree in the last 5 years, you're also eligible. If have attained your bachelor's degree beyond 5 years ago, but still under 30, you can still apply for this scholarship. So let's go down. There are two application deadlines for Canadian and US applicants. You can see a September deadline. And for international students, I think most of you would fall under this deadline, is in August 24th. Yes, you can check here. There's a question here just to help you know when your deadline is. You can see here August 24th. So you can see you apply for this scholarship first, and it's a different application process from applying for McGill. McGill's application process will begin in September, but remember the deadline of the scholarship is in August. So it means you apply for the scholarship first before you proceed to apply to McGill. So I hope that is clear. And I think they would give you a signal that you've been shortlisted before you even proceed to apply to McGill, before the deadline elapses. Opens in September, closes in I think December. This opened I think in June, will close August for international students. So there's this FAQ section as well where you can get basic details about the scholarship. Make sure you read this, and most of the questions you have in mind are already covered here. So take time to read through the information. It's a very detailed website, so we don't expect so many questions in the comment section, except questions not already covered here in the first place. So let's go to the all important essays. So scholarship essays. So I've created an account already. You can create an account here. Just go to how to apply and you get a link on how to create an account and everything. So when you get the link, you can always, when you get the link here, you can always create an account. And yes, this is the where you get basic details on how to apply. Yes, then I've created an account already. Then I've answered the eligibility question and basic details about myself. So let's go. So we're checking other things and other profiles. I think every other thing is easy to every other thing is easy to cover, apart from the essays. The essays might get a little bit tricky. They will ask you questions about the awards you've attained previously, your language proficiency. Most times, if you studied in the English language, you might not need an English proficiency test, but also check for the course you're applying for, areas of interest. These are areas you can apply on your own activities. Let's see. I think this will include hobbies and volunteer experiences. And if you have any original work like a composer or things like that, you can put it there. Employment opportunities or employment history, rather. These are just the familiar ones. So we are getting there. References, I think you need two of them. Yes, if I'm not mistaken. I think two references. And then the short answers. Yes, the short answers are where you start showing your individuality, start showing your creativity. For instance, this one says, tells us one activity or pursuit you used to dedicate a significant amount of time to, but no longer do. So I remember you have just 105 characters. So I said here, for example, that I was cycling but changed location. Or it could also say, they said just one, but I gave a number of examples. Or you can say swimming but got ill, or singing in the choir, in the school choir, but you graduated. And there's another one about, these are just questions to make them know you better and to just check your critical skills as well. So try to answer them as correctly as possible. So the second one talks about your two goals you are currently working towards outside academic pursuits. So I said I'm doing fundraising for a church project, or say you're writing fiction novel or poem, or you're learning coding, which is not directly related to your academic pursuit. Three things about you. Tell us three things about you. Okay, tell us three things about you that tell us about who you are that have not come across in the rest of your application. So you could say if you have a disability, you could put it there. If you're a first gen, you could put it there. State the number of languages you speak. You could say just interesting. Come up with creative answers. Don't come up with like a favorite color. You're no longer in primary school. Um, Come up with hobbies, creative endeavors, things that would likely stand you out in the crowd. Yes, so these are just the short answers, and do not neglect them. They might be short but quite important. So let's go to the essays. So the first essay here says, tell us how your community or communities have influenced you, and if relevant, how they have shaped the choices you have made so far in your post-secondary path. So how your community or communities have influenced you and how they shaped the choices you've made. The family is the basic unit of the community, right? So you could say how your parents influenced you. You can say you're a first generation, meaning that you're the first person to attend a university or to get a degree in your family, that your parents never got a degree. You can see first gen, parents not educated. Remember to write this in full. These are just bullet points. Do not write in bullet points, please. Write in full sentences, full paragraphs, not in bullet points. These are just indicators. So parents, um, um, not educated but supported your educational goals. There are some particular community issues you were interested in. For instance, you lived in a coastal community where flooding was an issue, where the rising sea levels was an issue for you. Because of that, you became interested in the environmental issues on how to prevent flooding in coastal communities. So, because you lived there, you played there, and you saw firsthand the devastation caused by the rising sea levels, you decided to take up a course in the university on environmentalism or on oceanography or something. So you can see it here, an environmental community issue that got you interested in the subject matter. So that's important. Then you could also talk about the choice, how this community issue led to your choice of university discipline. So we talked about this rising sea levels, flooding the coastal community, led you to read things about flooding and risk management in the university. Also guided your volunteer initiatives, formed your career path into risk management, flood management, environmental disaster response, and things like that. So make sure there's a correlation. The message you got from your parents, message you got from your community, how they influenced the discipline, the path you chose, and the initiatives you undertook. Let's go to the next question. Describe why you have chosen the specific McGill program. So remember those programs we saw, the eligible programs. I think we saw them on the main page. I think we saw them somewhere here on the main page. Let's go back there. So remember those courses. I think it is important that you look at them here, that you actually type these courses on Google, these courses on Google. For instance, you're interested in architecture, type this course on Google, McGill University, and see the particular information under this course. Or you can explore the McGill courses further. That's also a link that will take you to the courses. So you can explore the courses further. You can see the different courses here, and let's click on this architecture. So it takes you to the course. I think it's important to read and see what this course will offer you and what you get from this course. It will enable you to write a convincing essay, enable you to write a convincing essay for these short essays. So why did you choose the course? And um, how will this course help you to build your foundation for an long-lasting career? So, of course, it's important to state the program or even programs. You might want to check the FAQ section for the number of programs you can apply for. I think it's contained there, so you can always clarify. So, name the program or programs, name the skills you'll be learning from the program. I think it's also important to show how this aligns with your background. Oh, that's the third point here already. So show the skills you'll be learning from the program. Why do you want to apply for the program? I'll be learning so skills, so procedures. That is why it's good to visit the program page. Not just copy and paste, remember. If you see something on the program page, like architecture here, you'd go through it and see the important bits here that you can borrow, you can borrow from here and then you would export them here in your own words. So the skills you intend to learn, how it aligns with your background, educational background and professional background. What did you learn in the past? How did you work in the past? And how would this course complement what you've done in the past, essentially? You talk about your future goals. What do you want to do after the course at McGill? And how would the course help you? So, in case you want to be um, a prominent urban planner in your country, you want to help to build sustainable buildings in your country. So, you said, after this course, I hope to take up a top managerial civil service job in the Ministry of Works and Housing in my country to influence the building of sustainable buildings for my community, for my country, and things like that. And this course, of course, will furnish you with the skills, the best international practices on how to develop sustainable buildings. So you can also give short-term and long-term goals. If you have a short-term goal, like for the meantime, I'll go there and work as an assistant. My long-term goal is actually to work as a minister of housing, in my country. And of course, with a degree from McGill, I'll be a viable candidate for that position. So there are other essays here as well. You might want to read them. Some of them are a bit repetitive. Just make sure you're consistent in what you say. Do not say you want to do A in essay one, and in essay two you say you want to do Z. There should be a consistent story. There's no discrepancy in your accounts. So let's go forward. This says here there is a tab here to describe your leadership experiences. Please put as many as you can, no matter how little. Even if you are the class captain or the course rep of your course, put it there. The treasurer of your choir, put it there. The coach of a football team in your community, just put it there, as many as possible. So here it says describe your role and that of your team members. What were the team goals and how did you manage the team to meet them? What was the result? What did you learn? What, if any, would you do differently? So here you can use the star method. The star method, but here you add L. It is the star method, that situation, task, action, results, and learning. So the L will start for learning. So they said, "What did you do?" So you start with the situation. What happened? The place this action took place. You might say, in this particular community, name the name of the community, the year, the time, the place. I think I should add time here. Um, that's the month, probably the year, month here. To be as descriptive as possible. Um, this description would make your essay stand out, even instead of just giving general information without giving specifics. So the place, the time, the year this happened, and then the specific task. So what was the task at hand? You might say, "Oh, it happened at ABC Village in Southwest Nigeria, where you were working as a youth copper, and then there was a problem." Then you're going to the task. There was a problem of torrential rainfall, which removed the roof of the youth center. So the building that contained the youth center was damaged by severe rainfall. So there was a fundraising to actually repair the building and revamp the roof. So you've mentioned the place, you mentioned the task at hand. You need to raise money to repair the roof. And then what action was taken? So the action here could just be how the strategies you used in raising funds to attend to the problem at hand. I remember as a group as well, you're in a team. So you might say you're the leader of the group movement in that community. And then you brought your group together, assigned different tasks on how to deal with this problem. So you probably assigned a secretary, assigned a treasurer, you assigned a graphic artist to put like what they call them, leaflets and pamphlets to give to people. You got people to knock on doors, to get appeal for funds to build or to rebuild the youth center. So how you delegated taxes and how you manage the team, I think, is important here because they want to see how you're able to lead your management style. So results, what did you achieve? You might say, oh, you raised um, this amount of money and it was sufficient in rebuilding or revamping the youth center. And what is the lesson you learned? You might say, oh, it was very difficult at first, but you learned that with perseverance, with patience, you will get what you need eventually. So something like that. So then there are other essays here which are quite similar to what we've done already. So just be inspired by what we've written already and then come here to write extra things. So it talks about voluntary experience here. So also put as many as you can, or it says select one of these experiences. Okay, that's good. So put three, then select one of them and describe them here. So follow the instructions and you will be fine. So the last question here we'll be looking at is it's very important, quite important, I must say. Tell us about a significant course correction you have made in your life. For example, this could be a change in your career path, in how you approach challenging situations, or in how you work with and motivate others. So it talks about a U-turn or a severe changing point in your life. You might say, oh, you wanted to um, take a particular career path, but your family, your friends were pressuring you to take one. But midway, you took a U turn and followed your heart. Might say your parents wanted you to study medicine or engineering, but first year in engineering or first year in medicine, you saw this is not for you, that your heart was actually in education. So, first year after med school, you had to talk to your parents. It was a difficult situation. They resisted, but you made them see facts that you wanted education and medicine wasn't the path for you. So you dialogued, you negotiated, you got advice from mentors, and eventually you switched paths to education, which you are now and in which you feel fulfilled. So it's talking about that changing situation or dynamics in your life where you had to make challenging decisions, where you had to sometimes even take a U-turn. So they want to know you closely. They want to know that dramatic episode in your life and how you handled it. So I hope this was useful. I think there are also other things like your CV, your transcript. You can always add them here. And remember that we have this essay. It's like a sample of this is like a answering the question of why do you want to study this particular course. This might help you do that. Leadership essay as well. What you did as a leader, this might also help you do that. And unfortunately, she said she doesn't have access to the other essays. These are just the ones she was able to salvage, and that's fine. You can use it to develop your own essays. And I think that's good. So that is it, guys. I hope this was useful. I hope this has watered your interest. By the way, we already have lots of essay videos on our channel. So if you go to our channel home and scroll down, you'll see this essay on chevening. Most of these chevening videos already answered those questions, like career path essay. Why do you want to study this course? Leadership, networking, and things like that. So most of these scholarships have similar essays. They just have few different wordings. You can see Mastercard as well has similar essay questions. So if you get acquainted with these videos, it might become easier for you to answer the questions we just looked at. So that is it, guys. Fully funded master's scholarship at McGill and worth 20,000 and covering your tuition, covering your living cost, covering your relocation allowance. I remember somebody from this channel got it last year. Just to tell you that it is not impossible. If you put your mind to it, you will get it. Once again, we cannot wait to celebrate you. Use the materials we've already provided, and I will see you at the top sooner than later. Do not forget to subscribe because there are many more resources coming your way. Bye bye for now, and I will see you at the top sooner than later. Cheers.